Hello and welcome to today's episode of um, the off season. I guess, yeah, week two of the off season. Of course, the goal is still working towards a WFBM Pro card, WNBF Pro card, and an IFBB Pro card. The idea is that now that I'm in the off season, I'm basically just gonna go over what I'm doing on a week to week basis. The thing about the off season though is that it's hard to keep the sort of momentum for training and the intensity the same way that it is during prep, because on prep there's kind of like a focus in mind. So the tactic or the right approach to have for off season is just to consider it as its own intense period of training, even though it might not be as intense because there's less restrictions. But I think rather than thinking of it as less restrictions, it's more something that it should be something to be thought of as needing the awareness of the path. The path right now I'm on is to make sure that for me, for most people, off season is actually to put on size. Mine is to make sure that my size doesn't get too much, so that the off season can be appropriate. I need to get down to about 94 kg right now. So, well, not right now, but I need to get down to about 94 kg by the end of the year, so that when it's actually time for me to cut, it can be a very slow, not just slow, but a very meticulous and easy prep, as opposed to what I'm used to of a sort of all in type of prep. This shirt is actually very tight on my neck. I've never seen how weird it looks on this angle, but it looks like it's literally restraining me, but I'm fine. Anyway, um, yeah, so the plan for the off season is to not grow, but to lean out properly. Now, I've been continuing my method of around 10 to 15k steps. I'm going towards 15k steps actually at the moment because I'm just a little bit over the weight I'd like to be. I'm still at 10, like right now I'm like 104. There was a graduation party on the weekend and I enjoyed myself. The kind of the split I'm doing at the moment is weekdays I stay on track, weekends I kind of enjoy myself, but there aren't too many weekends where I'll be going wildly off track or way off track like I did last weekend. So I'm kind of using this time to make up for the social events and things like that that I missed during my prep, and kind of spend time with friends and family, and uh, being as good of a person or present as a person I can in other people's lives. So yeah, I'm not too stressed about being around the same weight at the moment because it is still the off season, and physique wise, I feel like I'm still, am I lean? Not lean, but just not morbidly obese like I'm used to. Usually by the time I'm off season, my cheeks are super puffy, but I'm not at that point yet. Well, I don't plan to get back to that point. Um, what's new? So I've actually changed my routine. On well, not much. I still train every single day. The only difference now is that on glutes day, so Fridays, I've added one chest exercise, and then on um, hamstring day, I've added one back exercise, mainly because I felt like I was actually lacking in the amount of upper body work that I was doing. So it's just something that I can do now to implement now that I have the time and energy, and obviously I can still recover from it. I'm just going to add some more upper body into the routine, but it doesn't really add that much to overall time of the session, which is ideally I don't want to be in the gym too much, and I want all the sessions to feel intense rather than dragging on. Like I've noticed that if my sessions like drag on, I lose focus and also intensity during the session. So it's definitely something I'm aware of, and I want to make sure that I avoid at all cost. Yeah, so that's what's new. Anything's changed on the weeks, I guess, that I feel like I'm not going to be able to get close or near to my target as I'd like. I go ahead and basically just do cardio. So this week I've done cardio 3 days. I've done about 20 minutes of just running, and that's just like to kind of boost the rate at which I get back to my normal projected weight for the week. I think I'll probably do it in that pattern of kind of 1 week cardio, 1 week no cardio, and kind of go back and forth. But then also, if I need to catch up, I'll do more cardio basically. Um, yeah, in terms of just like how I'm doing, I feel pretty good. One thing that I'm like cautious of is that in this off season, I can definitely get off track with. I mean, especially like with the socializing, but I'm being very mindful of my eating habits and trying to not. Actually, yeah, one thing I realized is when I eat alone, I eat more. So I basically try to not. eat by myself. So when I like, isn't like obviously when I'm doing my regular meal prep, it's fine. But if I'm going to have a cheat meal or going to basically enjoy myself, if I eat alone, I eat a lot more or more things that I definitely wouldn't eat if I wasn't by myself. So I've definitely started to like kind of plan meals um, for more social gatherings or like just spending time with people and then eating as opposed to just eating for no reason, which is something that I think is definitely a food addict sort of routine that I used to be on. But I'm definitely curing now. In terms of like coaching and everything, things are actually doing pretty well. So I'm super busy now as well, which is something that's keeping me well not active, but keeping me busy so that I don't eat. Because again, with the off season, I do like I can eat more calories, but I shouldn't. I can because I'll be doing less as well. I kind of don't want to step on my own toes with what I can allow myself to do. So being busy with work and then coaching and training, all these kind of things kind of feed into how I can prepare myself better for a good off season rather than I mean, it all just comes down to planning, right? Once if you can plan something right, then it's a lot easier to actually follow through. But if there's no plan, then there's nothing to stick to, and then not next thing you know, it's December and I haven't actually lost any weight, which is what I don't want. So yeah, off season so far is going good. It's only week 2, but I don't think there's anything. I don't plan for anything to come up that will derail me because really, all I have to do is just it's easier than prep, really. I feel bad for people who have to gain weight because at that point, you kind of they have to like force feed themselves and things like not force feed, but like eat more than they used to. Luckily for me, I don't have to eat. One thing, I actually don't have to eat too much to gain weight, but then also now all I have to do is just maintain really, and I can still push my intensity during the sessions. I'm still slowly progressing in terms of weight. My hamstring are definitely getting a lot stronger, which I'm really happy about. Which is the whole idea of this 2 hamstring sessions a week. So far the off season is good. Yeah. If you want to work with me one to one to sort of help you improve your physique, or if you want to compete in natural bodybuilding for your first ever show, feel free to drop me a message and we can talk about working together. All right, that's a quick one. Yeah, bye.